Hello and welcome to Conversations on NTA. We have a lot to talk about today. I'd like to say hello to my two sisters who are in the house, Rakiba, Elizabeth.
Hi.
You guys are looking fantastic. And funny, you're both in purple today.
Oh, we're doing
Ashwebi. And that brings us to our topic today, Ashwebi. Ashwebi started from Yoruba land and it literally means fabric for the family, fabric for friends. It's what friends and family wear together as a collection, as a group for a particular event. And it's become such a national thing, a cultural thing, and everyone loves to wear it. Most people anyway. Let's watch this clip and find out what people's views on the streets are about Ashwebi.
Ashwebi is a uniform dress that is traditionally worn in Nigeria and some West African cultures as an indicator of cooperation and solidarity during ceremonies and festivals. The purpose is for identification with a right clique or cycle, including family and friends, during the specific occasion. Originally, only affordable fabrics are used for this, mostly the Ankara and Adire. Today, the narrative has changed. All fabrics are used as Ashwebi, each trying to outdo the other in cost and quality, despite what the economy spells. But Conversations seeks to know how much can you maximally spend on an Ashwebi and why.
I can't really say. It depends on the friend, but I can't give you a fixed sum.
For me, I would like to go for a low key. 100,000 would be okay for me. Things expensive. I have to do it. You say where your hand reach, hang your bag there. So I don't want to do something that after I will start regretting that I did that Ashwebi or something like that.
The highest I can pay for is 3,000 now. Well, 3,000 sounds feasible. I can pay for it. And you know, there are some people that what the material they buy from the market because they buy it in bulk, and then they'll come and sell it to you at a very extravagant price. And then when you after you've already bought it, then you now find out that it was total amount in the market. So at least if you need help, we can say okay, let's do group of friends, and then we gather money and give it to you. So why put that kind of plenty amount on a material and then deceive us to buy it?
On the marks, let's say I would rather say it depends on what I have. Not so if I have more to spend, then I can go for it. Why not?
Me, as for me, I see it as a very, very simple thing. Do you know why? Because I can't see the reason why I will pay for a Ashwebi of 30,000 naira, transport myself for like 10,000 naira. I'll buy my shoe and I'll do every other thing. So telling me to come and do Ashwebi for you of 30,000 naira, I'll transport myself, my dear, is too much. It's very, very expensive, and most especially, I can't please you and displease myself. Thank you.
I feel it's something that people do under pressure and wouldn't want to complain. It's not exactly convenient for people. They just do it because they don't want to hurt the celebrant. And the reasons why people say they should do Ashwebi, that it colors the occasion. I don't think if you have a good decoration and good coordination, that what people wear will mar or make your occasion. I think what makes an occasion beautiful is the celebrants themselves, the decoration and coordination. And I don't believe that you should give guests a dress code. You tell them a particular uniform to wear to your occasion. Some people, if they cannot afford it, end up having issues with the celebrant, and some go borrowing just to please the person. Some even collect these clothes and not even pay. At the end of the day, it becomes an issue between them and the celebrant. For me, I feel it's not about what you wear to my wedding. It's about the fact that you were able to come. So it's apart from the train and the immediate family and ushers, I don't believe that you should give the whole guest uniform to wear. And if we are being realistic, there's no money in the country. Some people put Ashebi even between 30,000, some 50. I think it's about the class of people you deal with, and it's mostly convenient for the rich. But now it has become a culture for every person. If they are marrying, they must do Ashebi. If you don't do it, it's like, it's a taboo, you are left behind. So I just want to say that you could have a beautiful occasion without Ashebi. It's not what people wear that makes your occasion.
Well, Ashebi, because of the Yoruba people, what they think Ashebi is actually very necessary, especially if it's the first child. But I don't think it's actually a necessary thing. But if you know you can afford it, you can do it and no problem. But if you know you can't afford it, then it's not actually necessary. Because I have a friend now, she's going to get married soon and she's not doing Ashebi, she's not having any bridal train. So it's not as if she doesn't have the money, it's just what she wants. It's what is convenient for you. You don't have to please other people and discomfort yourself. So I don't know. I don't think Ashebi, I don't see it as a bad thing, and I also don't see it as something that is also necessary.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like they are. I don't really know much about it because, I mean, the Ashwebis I've had to buy myself, they've been for close friends, and the only set of people I'll probably buy Ashwebis from are like people like I'm really close to.
I think I've done some Ashwebis, quite a number of Ashwebis, and I think it's really, it's fun because when you come to grace your friend's occasion like wedding or any other event, and you're there with your colleague, your other friends, and you are wearing the same uniform, the same thing, I think it's really fun and it graces the occasion, makes everybody feel happy. Even the celebrant feels happy when he or she sees the friends around him or her. Okay. So.
You are watching NTA, the Nigerian Television Authority.
Hi guys, everyone watching on Nigerian Television Authority. This is Yvonne Vixen Ekwere from Nigeria Live. I love you guys. Keep watching NTA.
Yo, what's up people? This is Biabekul from Uganda, member Kanama King Selassie. I send me rule blessings.
Hi, this is Boosie, all the way from South Africa, shouting out to you. And right now you're checking out NTA.
I go by the name Stone Boy. Boy, you don't know you're watching NTA TV. Keep it in tune. Beam.
NTA, you can't beat the reach.
From the sandy desert of the north to the great mangrove swamp of the south, there is a national icon that has steadily identified with the Nigerian nation state, bringing you educative information that entertains, galvanizing the people towards national development, unity, understanding, peace, and love. We have inspired the people through decades of thorough professionalism in television broadcasting and undiluted patriotism. With our presence in over 110 cities across the nation, beaming television signals within the continent of Africa and across the Atlantic, the Nigerian Television Authority has indeed come of age. We are still here and even stronger to face the challenges of nation building. NTA, we are Africa's largest television network. You can't beat the reach.
We always want more. We're expecting the guy to do so much more, and it's pressure for the guys at work. You're wondering, okay, should I do some other things just to make money, to make this woman happy? I think our expectation sometimes for Nigerian women is a bit high.
You're right.
I do not want to see a single Nigerian child on the street when you're off school fees.
Even though I'm not there, but I think I should have an idea.
You're sounding like a counselor. I think one of the times, what if I go into this one? What if he breaks my heart just one more time?
No, I know my mother very well. She just wants to know what you're up to, who are you with, and all that.
So, Asoebi has different aspects, the good, the bad, and the ugly. What are your thoughts, Lizzie?
For me, Asoebi remains one of the best things that happened to us. You know, at the same time, it's also something I wish we took away, because just like you, it has the good, the bad, and sometimes really the ugly. Yes. You know, you come into a function, you see, sea of human beings, heads put together, looking quite alike. It's a pleasant sight for me. And, it actually does help. I was going to a function some time ago. I lost the invitation card, but I knew where the place was. But I didn't know exactly the compound I was going to. It was a burial. So when I stopped to ask questions, I even forgot the man's real name because I was going for the daughter. The daughter was my friend. Okay. Incidentally, people I said, as soon as they saw, uniform, you came for that chief's burial, go like this. When you reach, turn like this. It actually helped. Oh, wow. I got identified and they helped me. So those are the good aspects. But for me, the bad one is the money.
The bad one is the money. Actually, also helps you get food.
How?
Food, yeah. When they say, auntie, just accept this person, this person, then they start, moving you to one side because, you're part of the gang. That's what I feel.
I've heard that before. Yes. People come into a wedding or a function, really, and there's food for women in green, food for women in red. Yes. What kind of thing is that?
It helps in organization, yes. Especially in, let's say, seating area. They'll say, okay, those with the red headgear are going to sit on this. It beautifies the place.
Also, but I'm not against that, but what about the food sharing?
Food sharing.
It gives you some sort of sense of entitlement.
They assign a certain people to a particular group.
Yes.
Like the caterers, they will say, okay, you handle the people in red gear, you handle the people in blue gear. It makes organization easier. But like we said, it's the financial burden it puts on us.
No, but what if I walk into a ceremony and I don't belong to any of those? Or maybe the teller didn't finish on time and then I just decide to go.
Well, you don't have the privilege of being served. Yeah.
But that's bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad.
I think it's just a privilege. You might be served, but then they give those with that should be more privileged because they feel you're important.
You're important.
Even though everybody is important.
And then the Asoebi people now end up beating their chest and saying, no, but I didn't get souvenir. You feel some sort of sense of entitlement.
Exactly.
Where's my souvenir? After all, I bought Asoebi.
But do you blame them? Because sometimes the money you pay for Asoebi, you're paying for your souvenir, the food, rice, the minerals and everything. Because you buy the Asoebi, you go to the tailors, you do your makeup, there you go again. Yes. So at the end of the day, how much are you spending for just an event? And you're just going to be there for like 2 hours, maybe 1 hour max, So they put a lot of financial burden and then,
I have to admit.
Exactly, you have to go with your souvenir. I'm not going anywhere.
And some of the husbands actually groan when, another event comes up and then the wife comes and says, well, the Asoebi is out.
Way of getting
your own money.
You go to him today, Asoebi, a friend of mine gave birth. I'm going for the child's dedication. We have Asoebi naming ceremony, Asoebi wedding, my cousin's best friend, some kind of, and then every lady wants to, we love weddings.
We do.
We love weddings.
And preparing for the wedding.
And you want to feel among, so you have to get the Asoebi as well.
The truth is, while we think of how to raise the money to buy their Asoebi, we should actually try to educate our friends when they're having functions. I remember when I lost my parents, 2 at a time, a lot of people came up with a lot of idea. They wanted to buy this, they wanted to buy that. And I said, any Asoebi you're doing that is beyond 2,000 naira, count me out. Wow. I'm not part of it. I don't want lace.
Yeah.
Because the idea about Asoebi is the color. Yeah. The uniformity.
Yes.
And they actually did it. You know what happened? The story hasn't finished. Somebody went and got the Asoebi fabrics And then came back to me. We got it actually for 2,000. Okay. But we want to sell it for 5,000. I said, for what? He said, to assist you in the burial. I said, you don't do that to people.
You see why I said something about
He said, you don't do that to people.
You know, you're paying
you know, so you allow people, in fact, I don't even want. What you do is, anybody that wants to wear something, tell them my parents liked a bit of green. They should wear green. Oh. Yeah. You know, and if you want to buy something, organize yourself, make it all green. Okay. Yeah. And then it went that way, and I was happy. Oh, wow. You know, because there's no point trying to showcase money. People have gone to steal. Girls have prostituted, seriously, just to get the money to belong. And then if you come to some functions, weddings, they have 3 classes. Yes. I call them the jambites, the year 2, and the final year students. Yeah. You know, so these ones are wearing Ankara, these ones are wearing paperless, these ones are wearing the stone lace. You know, it doesn't make sense. And then you say we're equal. Once you do that in a function, you've already demarcated people. Yeah. Some people will come in with a mindset. Yes. We're not really that important. Yes.
You know, even Asoebi has come between a lot of friendships that I know personally of. A friend of mine took a Asoebi of about 45,000 naira, and she had this one friend that couldn't afford it, who called and explained that, okay, I already have pink, can I wear pink? And she just got all snotty and she acted like, well, if you insist, no problem, if you're not taking, you know, and it affected their friendship even up till now, you know. And I don't feel that something like Asoebi should come between a friendship of so many years, just because I didn't have the money at that point in time.
About friendship, it affects marriages. Seriously.
But the truth is, must Asoebi be expensive? Why do we choose an expensive Asoebi? What are we trying to, you know, achieve by doing that? I think it's just putting a task on people. Some might not even be in the same area you live. They have to travel to come to your wedding. You know, you could just make it just something nice, just to be identified. For me, I think it's just for the identification. That's what I see Asoebi for.
You know, they're going extra mile. I think I like that bit too. Some people just tell you the color of the day is burgundy. Yeah. Some will tell you it's red and blue on head. Yes. You know, all manner of colors. You were teaching me about the colors. You said burnt orange?
Burnt orange, electric blue,
aqua
green.
Do you think you'll ever reach that stage where you'll be like, I'm sorry, I don't take Asoebi? Because they are a group of people that don't take Asoebi as a rule. I can't do that because I took Asoebi.
I give you the money sometimes. Really? Because I wear Asoebi only once. I go for the wedding and that's it. I never wear it again. Really? So why would I buy Asoebi for 50,000? Maybe go to the tailors, pay like 20,000, do my makeup, and then I'll have to give you, you know, a gift. Gift for your wedding. Maybe if you're not here, I have to travel. So for me, I'd rather say no, please. You know what?
For my wedding, my friends took my Asoebi. So for whatever event they'll have for the next 10 or 20 years, I will still have to take Asoebi. No. I don't think I can reach that stage where I'll be like, I can't take Asoebi.
Sometimes free.
Yeah, sometimes
you know, when I had my wedding, donkey years back, don't ask me how many years.
You won't.
All right, I actually made Asoebi, 2 colors, and they were all free.
Really?
People were, you know.
How did you manage to finance that?
The truth is, the Asoebi was for family and friends. And then
that's way back when it was just family and friends. Now it's everyone.
When we say family and friends,
everyone on your street, everybody in your children's school teacher, everybody.
You know, everybody. My nephew's class auntie, I went up to pick the boy from school. The auntie who's just spoken to me, I think twice, came up to me, Auntie Lizzie, my wedding is coming soon. And then she dropped that thing inside the car. I said, what is that? She said, my Asoebi is only 15,000. I said, really? Please carry your Asoebi and go back. I don't need it.
So sometimes you have to say no, really, especially if you're not so close to someone.
You could just friends.
Be saying, hi, how are you? How is your day? And that's it. Before you know it tomorrow, sweetheart, I'm getting married. This is my Asoebi. It's not necessary. If I want to support you, I can support you in my own way. Do you understand? I don't have to buy the Asoebi.
I didn't have more than 20 or 30 people wearing those things. Seriously, it was strictly that. If my mother wanted to do something for herself, I know she did. She called her women people and said, "Tie me Moroka." You know, it's a kind of rapper, a name. Or maybe my husband follow me. All those rapper that has name, you know, tie it for me with white blouse, keep left. And they'll wait and come. They already have it. It's something they are already using in their, church and stuff like that. So they all wore it and came. There was no need to go and spend more money. Even though this was some years back, really. It has changed now, but I still think we can do better. We should insist on low costs. We should not,
because some brides take it.
And I think we should stick to
above.
just colors, even though sometimes some people can wear some colors to your wedding. And
you'll be
who are you?
Yeah.
Where did you come from?
there are some colors that really get confusing.
Exactly.
A step ahead and take, accessories as well. You must wear the same accessories.
And you know what? And
and
if you see people with Ashobi, the styles they make on their Ashobi, and you'll be wondering, is this the bride?
Is it the same fabric?
You get confused sometimes. Yeah, even the bride, because sometimes they overdo it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashobi styles and all that.
We should be blaming people like Rakiba. She makes them for them. Anyway, I'm sure we have been able to draw our message home. Rakiba, you don't do Ashobi, and I know you'll marry very soon.
You have to buy Ashobi.
I know. I see. Did you hear that?
So you do for your wedding.
Did you hear that?
No one be without Ashobi. No one be without Ashobi. There's no way. You people have to buy, including your rice money, your souvenir.
We are not going to buy Rakiba's Ashobi.
Why would you buy my Ashobi?
No, we'd rather give her.
No. Now you're quoting me.
Give you money.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
All right, but I know you will step it down.
When we get there, we cross the bridge.
All right, thank you so much. And when you talk about Ashobi being expensive, I begin to wonder, isn't it one of the reasons why girls don't get married, why men are not getting married? And then that's all of it put together, the high cost of funding weddings. Yeah. That will be our next focus. But before we bring it to bear, let's take a break.
What I have, I will spend on my wedding. At least I'll make my wedding day a memorable day in my life. It will be great, it will be good. That there will be a memorable day.
How elaborate your wedding is depends on the money you have at hand. So I can't really say it's expensive or low, but when it becomes expensive, when you spend more than what you have, that's when it becomes something else. I don't think it's bad making your wedding a very elaborate one, but it depends on your accounts and what you have, and so that you have money left after your wedding to take care of your family.
I feel it's unnecessary spending, because once God has joined the both of you together, I think that is the most important one, and paying your bride is the most important one. But the wedding aspect of it, I feel it's unnecessary spending. That's what I see about it. But some people will just go out of their way, some just to show, and after the wedding they don't have any other thing to lay back on financially.
High cost of weddings, it's making it prohibitive, because generally it is young people that want to marry. Most of them are just starting out in life, they've not made so much. There's no point spending so much on your wedding, then you drink the gari after. You eat rice and chicken during the wedding, then people will leave you, go home, and you start drinking gari, or you start fighting for finances. It's making it prohibitive.
So depend on what I have at hand, then I'll make an agreement with my fiancé, how much I will spend. Each can be able to consider me, in order so that after wedding we should not suffer of a financial, so that we can be able to feed ourselves at home.
Anything within my standard, anything I can. For instance, if I'm working, if I'm earning a big money, I will willing to spend everything on my wedding, so that I will come out, so that the wedding will come out in a flying color.
I honestly think it depends on the individual. Not every wedding is expensive. It just depends on your partner. If your partner is understanding, you can bring it down. But quite honestly, everything is high. It's not only weddings. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily only weddings that are expensive. But some ladies have actually taken it up a notch. They've taken it far too, way more than it should be. Trying to impress everybody and trying to make everybody feel as if it's their day, it's the best. But honestly, it's discouraging. It's very, very discouraging. It has it has limited a lot of young people from getting married on time. When you factor in the cost you have to bear to successfully foot a wedding in Nigeria, the cost is almost outrageous. It's enough to build you a house in some cases. So I think we should really do something about it. Ladies should be more understanding. Thank you.
What I would say is, no matter how you want to take the wedding to be low, it must be costly because you must spend whether you like it or not. But it depends on how you want it to be. You can decide to spend little, you can decide to spend more if you have. But if you don't have, you do what you can afford.
Well, I believe for weddings, people should cut their coat according to their sizes. I'm of the mindset that when you're getting married, you don't necessarily have to go over budget. You have to know your pockets. For example, as a civil servant, you know what you are earning. So what's now the need of having such a flamboyant wedding when you know the wedding you are planning for, the wedding you're doing, it's way above your income and all that. Yes, most these days weddings are very expensive, and you see people going into debt just to get married. It shouldn't be so. If you can afford a wedding whereby you just call a very few friends, your family, your wife's family, well, it's fine. But what's the need of having a wedding whereby you will spend so much money, at the end of it all, you have nothing to fall back at? We should always remember that it's not all about the wedding. Marriage is the main thing. Marriage is more important than the wedding. If you cut, no one will kill you for cutting your coat according to your size for your wedding. Is what you can afford. And another thing that people tend to stress themselves about for weddings is for maybe souvenirs and all that. I've been to weddings whereby they don't have any souvenirs, and it went on well. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't do what other people are doing. Yeah, there are some people that can afford the very expensive wedding, but if you know the kind of person you are and your income, your living, you can't afford up to that. Just do what will be very convenient for you. It will be a total fail. Maybe after the wedding, you and your wife have to start maybe begging for food and begging for money.
From the sandy desert of the north to the great mangrove swamp of the south, there is a national icon that has steadily identified with the Nigerian nation state, bringing you educative information that entertains, galvanizing the people towards national development, unity, understanding, peace, and love. We have inspired the people through decades of thorough professionalism in television broadcasting and undiluted patriotism. With our presence in over 110 cities across the nation, beaming television signals within the continent of Africa and across the Atlantic, the Nigerian Television Authority has indeed come of age. We are still here, and even stronger to face the challenges of nation building. NTA, we are Africa's largest television network. You can't beat the reach.
We always want more. We're expecting the guy to do so much more, and it's pressure for the guys at work. You're wondering, okay, should I do some other things just to make money, to make this woman happy? I think our expectations sometimes for Nigerian women is a bit high.
You're right. I do not want to see a single Nigerian child on the street when you're of school age.
Even though I'm not there, but I think I should have it.
You're sounding like a counselor.
I think one of the times, you know, what if I go into this one? What if he breaks my heart just one more time?
No, I know my mother very well. She just wants to know what you're up to, who are you with, and all that.
You are watching NTA, the Nigerian Television Authority.
Hi guys, everyone watching on Nigerian Television Authority. This is Yvonne Vixen Ekwere from Nigeria Live. I love you guys. Keep watching NTA.
Yo, what's up people? Well, this is Bekul from Uganda, member Kanama King Selassie. I send me rule blessings.
Hi, this is Boosie, all the way from South Africa, shouting out to you. And right now you're checking out NTA.
I go by the name Stone Boy. Ah, boy, you don't know you're watching NTA TV. Keep it in tune. Beep.
NTA. You can't beat the reach.
You know, weddings are one of those ceremonies I love to attend. Till tomorrow, I like to attend weddings because it's usually the happiest place to be. You see people radiating, but a lot of times they just don't hold water. You know why? Because I think we get the foundations wrong. The kind of money we spend, the arrangement we make. Have you heard about arranged weddings?
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, I almost got involved into that kind of thing. You know, people saying, oh, you know, Nika is getting late for her. Maybe she should, arranged in the sense of meeting someone, not like arranged marriage, but, you know, talk to this guy, maybe it will work and everything. Unfortunately, I've never really.
You start seeing aunties visiting you with strange men.
Yeah, you know, and I collect her number now. And, you know, let's see how that goes. There was some guy. He couldn't express himself properly in English. Even when he was typing, his English was just so bad. And you know, when I would try and tell her, she was like, "Hey, you know, you try and bring your standards down. You're too high up." I had to forward a couple of his messages to her. She was like, "Ah, okay, Strunike, don't worry, just leave it, you know." And the guy just disappeared into the horizon, and I never heard from him again. But these arranged marriages, some ladies don't have an opinion. They just have to go with the flow and end up marrying someone that is a total stranger to them.
Point I heard in my place, even though it doesn't happen anymore, if you're a son or a daughter of this, it's already arranged that you must marry the son or a daughter of that, even when there is no love.
High profile.
You know, you have to be on the same, you know, level economically and socially. The two families must be on the same level. So if your father is a minister, you must marry a minister's daughter or a senator's daughter and stuff like that.
They end up being unhappy.
They don't even, on the wedding night, the man is out, you know, gallivanting. You're doing BE, what they call Bachelor's Eve or whatever. Everybody's having a gig. The guy is particularly dancing with his girlfriend. And I wonder, is it worth it? A lot of times, such weddings I've seen ended up after 6 months.
Yeah. Exactly, or even less.
And then the whole money pumped in, you ask, what is it? Yes. What happened?
Sometimes the expectation is very high on the part of the parents or the family. The kind of lists, I don't know, in Yoruba land we have long lists. You know, we ask for 45 tubers of yam.
45 tubers of yam?
42 tubers of yam. And
no, are you assuming or?
No, 42. Well, in my own case, it was 42 tubers of yam.
Like seriously, who was eating it?
Well, they share it. And you know, not at my wedding, but another wedding I witnessed, you know, the alaga, the speaker for the family, was inspecting the yam to make sure it was, you know, sizable, correct yam. Yes. They were like, what kind of yam is this? This yam is not a sizable yam. So, you know, those kind of things really matter. And it brings pressure on the family.
The African culture.
But sometimes...
Or did you have to do other things?
Or other things, long list of the things.
You do goats too. There's one I
Yes, there's the goats, there's the kola nut, no calabash on my end, sugar, salt, soft drinks, malts, things like that. And then, of course, we have envelopes where they call it owo iyagbo, owo babagbo. That's like an envelope for the fathers in the house.
What's in the envelope? Okay, money.
Yeah, but usually it's very small amounts of money. They'll say 100 naira.
That's for the engagement.
That's for the engagement.
Introduction, rather.
Engagement itself. Introduction really is, as Yorubas will call it, momi moy. You know, let me meet you, knowing me, knowing you, like Abba says. It's supposed to be very family event in the sitting room, but these days it's gone bonkers. It's gone beyond what anyone has ever imagined. I mean, sometimes you have people doing...
Really, the cost comes from getting the boxes.
Okay.
You know, if you're going to ask a girl's hand in marriage, you go to the parents and then you ask for a hand in marriage, they give you the consent and then you start the procedure, you fix a date. For some people, they bring the boxes before the wedding.
What's the boxes?
it's a set of boxes. You're supposed to clothe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the bride.
Okay.
So you're gonna buy. You know, some people do like 5 sets of boxes. You know, one filled with gold. You know.
Is that really true though about gold?
Yes, they do that a lot. That's if you're financially buoyant.
Is it gold plated or real gold?
Real gold.
When are you getting married?
Really?
You can give some to your friends, right?
Sure, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah, so they go out of the way to buy, you know, a lot of things. And then sometimes the ladies are, you know, like, my friend, she had like 3 sets of boxes. I have to have 5 sets of boxes. It has to be LV. Did you see the one for...
I saw
yeah,
that one. I saw the picture.
Yeah. So, you know, my friend has to, I have to get 5 boxes. I need like 10 sets of gold, and it has to be this kg. It has to weigh like this, you know, it has to be this design, the Indian design, the Dubai design, you know. I think the high profile weddings, like you said, and even if you're financially buoyant and you're able to afford it, the families will want to, like, okay, I'm a minister's wife, and then the groom's family, also, my son is also, his dad is also a minister. There will be a competition. Okay, what are we going to give back? And then when they take these clothes, they're gonna give them money, you know, and then they're gonna give.
Oh, the man also gets something.
Of course he does.
Okay, in return.
Yes, because once you take, you're supposed to, people that take the clothing to you, you're supposed to give them something like a token of appreciation, and then you also clothe the parents of the groom as well. Yes, just
but
as
at
a
the end of all this, and after all this money being spent, what is the bride and groom left with? Do they have any money left? Because
you know, the truth is, in my place is a little bit different. Our bride price is very cheap, 7 naira. Yeah,
up to now
7 naira. 7 naira if you go school. If you're not educated, it's 6 naira.
Do you mean that?
1 naira, 2 naira, like 7 naira.
So like right now,
and my value is 7 naira.
And they count 7 naira.
7 naira, and put it in a plate and cover it with palm front.
Oh, really?
Not even handkerchief.
So it doesn't add value. It doesn't really.
The only value I added is 1 naira because I went to school.
Wow.
You know, if you didn't go to school, you get 6 naira. But wait, hear the rest of the story. I got you excited, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's a long list. There's a long list.
The bride price is just one of many.
So when you hear you're marrying a Aruba girl for 7 naira, you get excited. Why for cheap price? You come around. Number 1, you bring buckets. And I really don't know what they do with those buckets, really. Big buckets, like 200 pieces.
Metal.
Plastic metals. There's one they call Molisala Mohammed or whatever.
Okay,
you know,
yes.
with cover and stuff like that. Drums and all that. I don't know what they do with it. You know, you bring it. The more friends you have, that's the good part of it anyway. If I'm a man and I'm getting married, I'll tell my friends, the female friends, relations, everybody sends in buckets. So if you bring in bucket like 50, we know you're not very social. You don't have friends, yes.
50? Wow. It's not good enough.
So it has to count like 100, 200.
Who carries the bucket?
Oh, the women. And they try to carry it 1-1 and file in single row. I wish I had a clip to show you.
So the whole process takes like 10 hours?
Which 10 hours? You know, these days now, they're sharp. What they do is they just pack it into a car and come close to the girl's place. And then everybody takes 1-1 and they carry it with, each bucket must have a soap. A tablet of soap, maybe any toilet soap.
So it's for bathing.
The bucket is for bathing, really. And then
and the soap too.
Yes.
So she doesn't get it.
Wow. So you also clothe the lady, you know, and maybe it may not come in 5 boxes, but definitely has to be big.
Okay.
You know, it has to be big. Wrappers, everything she's expected. It's expected that once you have done the traditional wedding, the girl's look should change. So you buff her up from head to toe. Everything she needs, from soap, from food, you know, beverages, everything, clothes. And you do the same for the mother and the father. So, but I tell people, a lot of young people want to get into marriage. And those things, even when the parents are trying to make it easy, the girl will always say, why would my own be different? My friends, like you said, did this, did that, did that. Why would my own be different? But like the question you asked is, after spending all this money, what happens to you? Some people get married, they go for honeymoon, and they disappear from there because they're owing so much. It's true. They're expecting to make returns at their wedding.
Yes.
Some people are dancing on their wedding day. They are not really dancing. They are looking at how much did she spend on me.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. But you know the whole idea. I think it's not even about the process. It's the wedding itself. Let's talk about the wedding itself.
Mhm.
You have to get a photographer, an MC, a DJ, the catering activities, you know, the decorator, and lots of it.
There's something I just realized. I've been seeing that at weddings, like a canvas that they lay on the ground where the bride will dance.
Okay, that they call it the dance. Is it a dance step or the? Yeah, where they dance. Yes.
I was,
and sometimes it glitters once
yeah,
they're
I've never
moving.
seen
Yes,
it before, and I'm like, wow,
that's the dance floor. Yes.
Wow, and I'm sure that costs quite.
They do fireworks, the cakes,
bananas.
They go all and go for weddings.
The one that is getting me really mad now is pre-wedding photos.
Really?
Oh, but some of them are so cute.
No. The cost of even doing it, the kind of stupid shots they even take.
Exactly.
And then they
That's
finish,
my concern.
They finish.
The shots they even take. There is one I saw. The girl was lying down on his lap.
That one was nice. There was one I saw. The man was sitting on the toilet pole. And the girl was brushing teeth, and they took it pre-wedding photo. What are you teaching me from there?
Just out of ideas.
Yeah, I think they're out of ideas.
You know,
but they're actually very cool ones.
There was another one I saw. The man was kneeling down with his head raised, you know, up, and the girl was wearing a military clothes and was flogging the guy, and he was crying about it.
We're out of ideas.
You know, so I'm like, what are you trying to tell us? Are you going to be molesting your husband when you get married?
I mean, sometimes we do things that are unnecessary.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to have a flamboyant wedding. It's something that's gonna be once in a lifetime.
Yes.
Even if, God forbid, you get divorced, there's nothing like your first wedding. There's nothing like your first
You know,
wedding.
the question...
You have to do it right. You have to get it right, but don't go overboard. Do it within your own limits.
Mhm.
There's no sense in you after getting married and then you're unhappy, you're depressed at home with your wife. Even the first week of your marriage, you're like, baby, how do we cope up? How do we pay this? How do we settle this bill? This phone call, Ketra is calling, you're a guy, you have to pay me my money. You know, lots of tensions. I don't think it's necessary. Just do something simple and nice and classy. That's it. You don't have to impress people.
Who are you impressing? There are some celebrities that have actually set the pace for us. People like Stephanie O'Carey, you know, Funke, a whole lot of them. They had very quiet weddings. Nobody knew when they got married.
It's even
you know, and then they came out. We seem to want to emulate them. How come we're not emulating this part? And I keep telling you, telling people, really, if you do your weddings and spend all the money, would you then become, is it Bill Gates?
I think it's the society. Everybody wants to fit in. Everybody wants to feel along. I belong. Everybody wants to give people something to talk about. Sadly, we do things to impress people, not to satisfy ourselves.
Yes.
That's it. Basically, it's all about people. What will Mr. A say? What will Mr. B say? I want my wedding to be on Bella Niger. I want my wedding to be all over Instagram, all over social media.
It finishes in one day. It finishes, in fact, even within that one
and
day.
then the tension is on you.
The story that comes next, it pushes that one down. It should tell you a story. It should tell you something, really.
It's just a matter
You know, my question now is, I think I'll take it back to our friends in the house. And you can answer us via the social media handle on the screen. My question is, if you spend all your money doing your wedding, maybe you're the girl who's forced the man to it, and at the end of the day, you go into that home, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to use for your family to take to start your life. What would you do? What would be your reaction? Would you call your husband a bad person?
Those are some fantastic questions that you raised, Elizabeth, and I can't wait to hear what your views are on this exact topic. I am Nike, and with me are
Elizabeth,
Rick Eva.
Thank you so much for joining us, and join us again soon.